Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to LTL Cockerel. It's me, Jose, and
Colin, it's me, Colin. Hey, how's it going, everyone?
I hope everyone's well. Colin, how's your day been today?
Been good. Got up, got some chores done. Played some video games already. Yeah, it's been a great little morning.
And we had a
Um,
good conversation this morning. For your, it was early, it was 2 hours ago, so it was your early morning.
yeah, exactly. It's been great. It's been a great day, and it's going to continue that way. Um, Positive thoughts. It's going to be a great day, and I hope everybody out there is having a great day too.
Good, 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 good. I've spoken to a few people in this first community today. I've reached out. Obviously, I've got some people's phone numbers. I've reached out to a couple of people today, beyond Colin, and just catching up to see with people how they are, because obviously um, people talk about, and rightly so, there's been two really good causes, um, charity causes this weekend, and um, both attached to mental health, which is important. So I did my thing today, and I reached out to a couple of people who are suffering at the moment in our community, just to make sure that they're all right, and well, just to check in on them basically, and to have a good old chat. Um, the people that I've called earlier, you know who you are. My thoughts are with you, and I'm always here, and I'm always around. So just thought I'd add that because it's important to keep in touch with people that are not feeling well and are suffering. Yeah, it's important to open up and give them an avenue for them to talk. So
Yeah, 100%. Good on you, man. And everybody, that's a good sentiment. Reach out to your friends, even if they don't seem like there's anything wrong. Just reach out, let them know you're there for them. Um, yeah, 100%. We got to watch out for each other. This is a hard, harsh life we live in, and you know it helps to know you're not alone.
yeah, so it's important that. So just let's say hello to a few people first. We got um, Daniel Coys saying big ups. Hi Daniel, I hope you're well. It was really good seeing Daniel on Saturday and
It was
hearing Daniel. Didn't
awesome. It
see
was
him,
so
didn't
cool.
didn't see him, but we heard him. Um, Saturday, we try to do everyone a favour. Not that it's the right thing to do, but we just thought we'd try and help people out on Saturday. And by doing that, we managed to hear Daniel and his words of wisdom. And it's far easier to talk and to give your pearls of wisdom whilst talking, rather than having to keep typing out all the time. And it was quite funny because Daniel was apologetic, saying you use, and he always says use with an S on it. You think that I'm this, that, and I said no, we don't think you're that at all. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. So and it was interesting to see what he had to say, but it saved him typing 250 words for each conversation, being able to talk freely. So it was good. Peter Kagayas, also good. We tried to help Peter out as well. Peter managed to come on, saw him on screen for quite quickly, and heard his voice and that. So Peter is real for people. Uh,
It's
um,
not. It's not one of us
no,
pretending to be somebody. No.
Daniel Coys is real. We tried to help out David Shear as well, who came on. We got the echo chamber from David. He is also real. We try to help out a few people on Saturday on the stream, and I'm sorry that we couldn't help all of you out. We did try. It's quite difficult to try and tell you what buttons to press and what to do when we're not sitting in front of your console. So Ryan G's another one we try to help out, and with Ryan, unfortunately, we didn't get to the end of it to help Ryan out, but we did try. And who says that we won't try again, lads? We'll help anyone out. We'll try and help anyone out.
Exactly.
Um, we've got Colin Blackshaw says, "Good afternoon, Jose and Colin. Good afternoon, Colin. I hope you're
Great,
well,
great
sir."
name. Great name, by the way. Yeah.
Adrian, good afternoon, Jose, Colin, et al. Good afternoon, Adrian. I hope you're well, mate. Scott M says, yeah, good point, Jose. Great job by Sarah for that 24-hour stream. Hope it's okay to say it here. No, I think that's what I was referring to, Scott. There was
Yeah.
two there was two charity events. Sava did his on Saturday, um, for Andy's Man's Club, and on Sunday, Kate from Just a Go Who Loves Spurs and Jim did one for Legend on the Bench, which again is mental health. So 2 big mental health charities that were helped out during the weekend. And, at the end of the day, it's important to carry that on. So it's not just about donating to charities. It's about helping people out that are suffering with mental health. And sometimes just touching base with someone and just being able to speak to someone, or just being an ear to listen to what they've got to say so they can hear their views and that, it's really, really important. And I know of some that are suffering in the community, and I reached out to two people today, and I was there for whatever they wanted, and I did that during some breaks that I had in meetings from work today. So yeah, it's important that we all do that. So yeah, not an issue at all. And on that note, I hope you're both doing well, and all in the chat as well. And you, Scott M, good morning to you, sir. Good morning. Sorry, no, it's good evening to Chris Lonnie. Good evening, Jose and Colin. Good evening, Chris. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. Ryan G says, big up Jose and Colin. And you too. I hope you're well, Ryan G. I don't like using the word big up, so I'm reading it out. I don't really like using it. You hardly ever hear me use the words big up. So I'm just going to say, all right.
Yeah. All right.
Daniel Coy says, yeah, I can confirm I am real.
We found out, and yeah, it was awesome, man. It was really cool. That was my favorite part of the whole day, was just getting to talk to Daniel, just because we talk to him on here all the time. I see his avatar, I see the text pop up, but it's so great to put a voice to somebody. So yeah, it was really nice, man. Thanks.
Use is real, Daniel. There we go.
Yeah.
Dagan Nut says, what is this thing you call real? It's seeing people. People keep commenting in chats, and what we're saying, DDN, is that people make comments in chats, but we tried to help people out on Saturday, and where we did, we managed to actually get a couple of people on that we've not seen or heard before, and it was really good. Our Saturday went swimmingly from doing so. Right, Scott M, and then you got Scott M and Daniel talking to each other. Right, so today's show, initially today's show is all about the football predictions 2020. Right, and as I say it, call him, rub the genie, and he will appear. Peter Kagayas, hi all, 110 a.m. in Melbourne. Peter, I don't know whether your ears were burning, but we were discussing.
We mentioned you, yeah.
Yeah, we were discussing trying to help people out on Saturday to do the stream. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but we try to help people out. And by that, we know, Peter, that you are real, because you came on quite quickly on the camera. We quickly saw you. You said a few words and that, and you were in and out trying to get to the game. But we can tell that people that come on this chat are real people. So well done. With that, yeah, the show today is basically to talk about the football predictions 24-25 season and the Barclays Fantasy Football 24-25. So for those that didn't know or don't know, what I intend to do this year is I intend to run 3 competitions, right? The first competition is football predictions 24-25. I'm going to run this 2 ways. So initially, I have got, if you go to the community page, it's the second from last community comments that I've left there. I've left a link and a code that gets you in to an online predictions league, right?
Comes with a code, so you know it's exclusive.
So you join that, and it's self-serving. So what ends up happening, it's all down to you to remember to put your predictions in. It won't be me chasing you. It'll be you putting your predictions in. If you put your predictions in, they count for that week. If you don't put them in, they don't count for that week. So it's down to you to do your own predictions. And it tells you, it gives you all the games on who you do. All you do is put the results in there. The only caveat I'm going to say about the Predictions League, the online one, is that the online one does like goals for and goals against, as well as the scores. So let's say, for argument's sake, you're going for Everton to beat Nottingham Forest 2-1, yeah? And let's say that Everton did beat Nottingham Forest, but they beat them 4-0, yeah? you end up losing. Although you might have got the correct prediction in the right way, you didn't get the result. But if you over-egg the goals, it counts against you. And if you undersell the goals, it counts against you as well. So it's a really difficult one to keep track of. I don't know exactly how the point scoring works, but it's a lot harder than the one that I do. But as I said, it's self-serving. So you help yourself when you go and put your scores in. So that's Football Predictions 24-25. And that is the second from last. So it's the penultimate comment that I've put on the community page. So you can go there, go on the community page. The link is there and the code, right? So that's that one. And then we've got Ronnie here saying hi, Jose and Colin.
Hey, Ronnie, what's up, buddy?
So let me just have a look if I can bring it up. Right, so what I'll do is, right, so just to show people, share screen.
Sharing screen.
Sharing screen now. Has it come up?
It has, yes.
Right, so Eltel Cockerell 2 days ago says new online predictions league, please follow. Right, so that one there, the second one down, that is there's a link there, and from the link it's got a code there as well. And what you do is you press the link, press the code, get yourself set up, and once you've done that, you can then enter the competition, and the league will be called Eltel Cockerell, and then you'll be able to enter your own predictions at your own leisure. Yeah. And then I won't chase you for them. You just enter them as you go along. And
I have a feeling Jose's tired of chasing. Is anyone else getting that idea? Wink.
Right.
Wink.
So you've got that, right? And so that's there. Now at the moment I receive an email to my personal email address that tells me when someone signed up to the league. So at the moment I put that in there 2 days ago, and we have 6 people signed up to the league. So we have Carl Simpson, Carlin Sievers.
Yeah.
We have Johnny Sanchez. So it's Johnny Sanchez Vasco. We have Joris, who's the Belgium Hotspur. You have Jose, who's Eltel Cockerell, and Scott M already signed up. So we have 6 people that have already entered the predictions league. I expect that number to grow. But it's just to tell people that you can do that. The second league that I'm entering is I've opened up a league for the Barclays Fantasy Premier League, which a lot of people here in England will know all about it. It's free of charge again. It's another one free of charge to enter. And with that, there's the top. So 15 hours ago, I posted that. So there's the link to Fantasy Premier League, and then there's a code to join the league. And with that, what you end up doing is sharing the football one now or not?
No, not yet. This is still your. It's still sharing the community page.
So the next one is, so you enter the Barclays Fantasy Premier League, and what I've done is I've kind of just put it in here just so people can see. I'm not sure. So can people see that? Yeah, I can see that, right. So basically what you're doing is with that you get 100, I think it's £100 million to spend, right? And what you must do is you've got to pick 15 players, right? So you pick 2 goalkeepers, you pick 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 3 attackers. And then what you do is you end up picking your team, right? And you score points for clean sheets, goals scored, assists. Obviously, you get minuses for red cards and yellow cards. Own goals are minuses. Penalty misses are minuses. The goalkeeper gets plus points for penalty saves. And then also you get man of the match prizes. So they do the best 3 men of the match. So the man of the match gets 3 extra bonus points. The second rated highest man of the match player gets 2 bonus points. And the last one gets a bonus point. During the season, you can play 3 you got 3 ways of making further points. So one's called bench boost, which means that all the points, if you press bench boost for that week only, then, and it's only one game week. Remember, there's 38 game weeks, but for one game week only, if you press bench boost and you use that, all points for all 15 players will count for that week. Yeah. 1 week you can also use triple captain. So if you think your captain is going to score loads of goals or make loads of assists in a game, you can use a triple captain for that week as well, which scores you 3 times the amount of points for that player. And then you've also got a mystery chip. And I don't quite know what a mystery chip is, because that used to be something different, but it's now
maybe somebody in the chat can help us with that.
Well, no, because it says here mystery chip and then it says info if I press it, but I'm not going to press it at the moment. But mystery chip is a new add-on for this year. So basically, there I've just picked 15 players at random, right, just to show people what it looks like. So if I go into transfers, right, so 15 players have been selected, and that's how your 15 will end up looking. Yeah, you'll have 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 3 attackers, right? Is that what it shows at the moment? Because I'm playing around. Yes, it's showing that at the moment. But then what then happens is, right? What then happens is when you're doing this, this is for the people that may not know, when you've picked your team, it's up to you to decide what formations for that week that you're going to do. So when you go to pick a team now, right? Let's say for argument's sake, I only want to play with 3 defenders, right? So I'll drop out, let's say I'll drop out Colwell from here. So you drop him, and I can now replace him with either another defender, a midfielder, or a forward, right? So let's go for a forward. So basically, this week, you always have to play with a minimum of 3 defenders. So this week, I've decided to go in with a 3-4-3. So that means I've got all my strikers, I've got 4 out of my 5 midfielders playing, and 3 out of my 5 defenders. Yeah. And each week before the matches start, you can pick your formation in your lineups before you start. If a player doesn't play for any reason, doesn't get game time and doesn't play, what it will automatically do, it will automatically, at the end of the last game, it will automatically substitute a player that hasn't played at all for your first pick. Now at the bottom on on the player's side, I've got a defender, midfielder, and the defender. So what it will do, let's say for argument's sake, Rodrigo didn't play, then it will automatically go to the number 1 pick on my subs bench. So it will throw Kwanzaa in to the team. So that means if Rodrigo hasn't played at all, he scores no points, but he's automatically substituted out. And your first player that's got automatic points or played the game will automatically be substituted in. So it gives you a chance to score points that way. Your goalkeeper doesn't play, then automatically your substitute goalkeeper will come in or get substituted if he's played instead, right? Maximum 3 players per side. So you can't have any more than 3 players from a team. So here, I don't think I went for 3 players from any team, I don't think, because I was trying to set this up quickly to show people. So I've got Porro and Son, who are 2 Tottenham players. I've got Yoro and Fernandes are 2 Man United. I've got Kwanzaa and Darwin, who are 2 Liverpool players. So I didn't go, but the maximum, I have gone for 3. Or sorry, I've got Vicario, Porro, and Son. So that means I can't pick a 4th Tottenham player. 3 is the maximum from one team that you can pick. And like I said, you get I'm sure it's 150 million to spend. Let me go transfers. Right, if I had $1 million left there to spend. Right, there we go. So the goalkeepers are worth, oops, sorry. And it tells you underneath the game week 1, these are the games that you're going to be looking at. And these are the games that score points. And as you go on the calendar, next gives you game week 2, so on and so forth. All the game weeks are already set up. So I'm in game week 7 already. And all the game weeks are already set up for you. So everything's automatic. You don't need to do nothing apart from select your team and make transfers. Transfers, you normally get 1. So you can change your team or players for your team as many times as you want before the deadline for each game week. So if you entered this now, you could select a squad, but that doesn't have to be your final squad or the final 15 going into the first week, because you have until, if the first game's on a Friday, the 16th of August, I think it is, you have till, I think, around 6 o'clock in the evening from that game, first game. It's always usually about 2 hours before the first game. You get up to 2 hours before the first game to change, and all your transfers and all your changes will be free of charge up until that point. Beyond game week 1, from then on, you get 1 free transfer a week. So if someone gets injured or they're out of form and that you want to transfer them, you can transfer 1 player out free of charge per week. The maximum transfers you can do in a week without paying any or getting any deficit money is 2 transfers. So say if I didn't transfer someone in the first week, I got to the second week. In the second week, you get 2 transfers. But the maximum you get is 2. If I didn't transfer no one for the first 4 weeks, and then I decided in the 5th week to make a transfer, I could still only make 2. And then after that, you only get 1 a week again. But if you don't use that one in a week, you get 2 again. So 2 is the maximum you're going to get, but that's providing you're not doing 1 a week, right? Anything over and above what the allotted time. So if you're only allowed to make 1 transfer a week and you make 3 transfers, let's say, then it's minus. So what you're doing is you get your first transfer free, and the next 2 transfers you made will score you minus 4 points for the week. So that means regardless of what your team scores, you'll lose a minus 4 for anything over and above the allotted that you're allowed to make, right? On the right-hand side, if I click goalkeepers, it gives me a list of all the goalkeepers, right? And there's 3 pages of them. So here, the list says the price of the player. So Pickford's the goalkeeper they're showing first because he got the most points last year, because this has been saved as goalkeepers by total points of a maximum cost of 5.5. So the most a goalkeeper will cost this year is 5.5 million. So Pickford, 5 million he's worth, and he scored 153 points last year. So this is in points order, right? But you don't have to do that. You can do it by price. So now that I've changed this by price, it's telling me that all these first, right? So you've got 4 goalkeepers. You've got David Raya, Alisson Becker, Edison, and Ortega are all 5.5 million. Then Martinez, Pickford, Leno, Onana, Pope, Vicario are all 5 million. Then you've got a whole raft of keepers on 4.5 million, and so on and so forth. And you can do that for any position. So if I went to defenders and I did it by price, and then when it says maximum cost 7, okay, so the most a defender will cost this year is 7 million. And that's Alexander-Arnold. It's worth 7 million. And then they go down to 6.5, 6s, and you do it like that. So you can run and you can look at players from each position, and you can do it by cost. If the easiest thing for you to do is that you want to pick 3 players from let's say you wanted to go to Tottenham and pick 3 players, then the Tottenham list would come up. It would tell you the goalkeepers, who the goalkeepers are, and what their costs are. Then it will show you the defenders and in order of cost, the midfielders in order of cost, and then your forwards. And it's got 2 pages, meaning that you've got more goalkeepers have been added to it, and Ash Phillips has been added to it. And then you can pick, if you want to pick your team that way, you can pick your team that way.
I have a quick question when you get
yeah. If you overspend, right? If you overspend, then over here where it says budget and it says 1, it means I've got 1 million left, right? And I've made 15 players, so you can see that my squad is full. So I've got 15 out of 15 players selected. I've got 1 million left to spend. If you pick 15 players and you overspend, it will show red, and it will tell you that you can't put the team in until you come back to either 0 or green. Yeah? Sorry, Colin, what were you going to ask me?
No, it's a silly question. And so I was trying to do this as you were doing it, but so I can get to the point on that page where like I'm signed in, I can pick my team.
Yeah.
But then how do I select your league? Like I'm having a problem finding where you actually enter the code.
Okay, so you go to leagues and cups.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
and then it says create or join a new league.
Okay, and then that's where you type in the code.
And then when you says that, it says create or join an existing league or cup. So you join a league or cup, and then it says join an invitational league or cup. And then you enter the league code in there, and then you're in the league.
Perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all right. So at the moment, leagues and cups. So if I did leagues and cups, I've called the cup, the league's called LTL Cockerel, but it says pending moderation. So I presume it's not going to allow me, it's not going to call it by its name until the first game, the first week. But when I go into pending moderation, look at what you've got here. You've got Jose Garcia, James Corley, Carl Simpson, Scott M, Nathan Petirce, and Scott Colliver have all entered teams already. Yeah?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it just shows you, right? So it's free of charge to enter for anyone. Yeah, it's free of charge for anyone to enter. So if you want to enter, then by all means.
Do you have to pick a squad before you can join the league?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think you got to pick a squad first before you join the league. But everyone's just got to remember, you can change your squad. Everybody in your squad, if you pick 15 just to get you in for the time being, you can change your squad up until 2 hours before the first game. So the first game is a Friday night game, if I remember rightly. Yeah. So if I go back to pick a team, right. If I go back to pick a team, which I have done, let me go back into it now. Share screen. Pick a fantasy football team. Share. Right. So the first game is on Friday the 6th. So it says game week 1, Friday the 16th of August, 18:30. Right. That means you have to have everything done by game week 1, 18:30 in the evening. Right. Because Manchester United kick off against Fulham at 8 o'clock, 100 hours that evening. So you've got to an hour and a half before that game starts to get your team in. A tip for everyone that wants to enter, and for those that may not have played before, is always try to pick your team, right? And do your final transfers and final selections of your formations and everything like that. Try to do it, I'd say, about 5 hours before game time. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes it will then tell you that it's now updating and it won't let you interchange. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Right.
It does.
So
I'm building my team right now. I'm excited. This is fun.
It's fun, he says. Right. I'm going to catch up with some of the chat. What we got? We got Carl Simpson says, good afternoon, gents. Good afternoon, Carl. I hope you're well. He says he's looking forward to it. Scott M says, I'm already in last place. You're not in last place, Scott. It's alphabetical. It's alphabetical with people's names. So in the predictions, you come at the moment, you're last because it's alphabetical. So you're last in names and names only. Matthew says, hi, chaps. Hi, Matthew. I hope you're well.
What's up, Matthew?
I will add the league in a bit, says Carl. Carl's already done it, though, because I've been talking and not been watching the screen. James, who loves Spurs, says, big up. Carl Simpson says, just signed up for it. Jamie Wooten. Hello, Jamie Wooten. I hope you're well. Says, hey up, lads. How you doing? I hope you're well. You're back in this country. I hope you're well. And, yeah, and your season starts before ours. I've been to Bramall Lane, got my season tickets. Pay off. So he's already got his season tickets. Daniel Coy, Scott M, right. Even with this being hosted by a third-party site, I know Jose will rig it like he did with the predictions last season. Daniel Coy says, Jose will always find a way. God, ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. Carl Simpson says, those -4 points is usually me transferring out Spurs players who have pissed me off. So Scott must have played this before, because Scott says, I usually don't add many Spurs players. I can't have them disappoint me twice in one weekend. Ryan G, is it on the community page, Jose? Missed the last 5 minutes I had to pop out. Yeah, it is. I'll show you now, mate. And Scott D, Steve D, good afternoon, Steve. I hope you're well, sir. Nice to see you again. So right, let me have another look at it so I can present it again. So yeah, for those that don't know, it's on the so the second one down. So the penultimate one is the new online predictions that we're going to do. We're going to run it from a third-party site. So that one's there, and that's got the link and it's got the code to enter. I'll say it again so people that weren't here and didn't hear. This is self-serving, so it won't be me chasing you on this competition. It'll be down to yourselves to enter your predictions yourselves. Yeah. You can always amend your predictions prior to the game. As long as the game hasn't started, you can amend your predictions. So you could go in with a 3-0 victory for someone, then realise that 3 of their superstar players ain't playing, and you might think, shit, that's now going to be 1-0 to the away team. You've got time to change it, so you can change your predictions and your scores anytime as long as the game hasn't started, right? So that is the penultimate one. It's called the community page says New Online Predictions League. Please follow, and it's got the link there and the code to join. Yeah. So at the moment, if I went into and looked at it now, because as I said, I keep getting emails every time someone joins, and someone has joined. If someone has joined, sorry, 2 people have joined. So now we've now got the league consists of 8 people so far. You've got Carl Simpson, Colin Sievers, Danny, Johnny Sanchez, Joris, myself, Ronnie, and Scott M. So it's already got 8 people in there. Yeah. And then the second league that I'm doing is the top one, which is the Fantasy Premier League. So I've got the link is there, and so is the code to enter it. And with the Fantasy Premier League, as I've been explaining to people that have or not done it, or that have done it before, this is what the Fantasy Premier League looks like. So keep repeating to people, you pick 15 players, and once you pick 15 players, you go in and you go into pick a team, and then picking a team, you can change your formation. But you always must select 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, 3 attackers. How you see fit to play your team is up to you. A little pointer is, I don't know where it says about the points that you score here, but if I remember rightly, defenders that keep a clean sheet score 6 points. And that is partly to do with playing and a clean sheet. I think if you play the full 90 minutes, you get 2 points. If you keep a clean sheet, you get 4 points. So 6 points per game for a clean sheet. I think the goal scored by a midfielder, if a midfielder scores a goal, that's 4 points for each goal that they score. And if your striker scores goals, it's 3 points per goal that they score. And then on top of that, you get assists. So you get a point or 2 points for an assist. So not a pre-assist, but an assist. So if it's come from you to the next person who scores a goal, then it counts as an assist. Unlike the league, so the league will turn around and say, yeah, but the ball touched X, Y, and whatever. If you've touched the ball last and then someone scores the goal, you'll generally get the assist. Yeah. The goalkeeper scores points for a clean sheet. So if you press, I think hasn't got it there. Right, let me see if I can see where the points are. Stats. No, home. Let me see if it's on the home. Pick your squad and join. League Cups, create leagues and join. I'm just trying to see where the rules are. Pick a team.
Hey, I've officially joined this one too, by the way.
Have you? Okay. So did you pick your who you support and stuff like that? So when you're entering leagues, just to say, right. So when you're in the leagues and you're here, and it says create or join new leagues, right? And it says join the League Cup. Right, you can join a public league as well. Yeah, if you so wish. Right, and joining a public league is you get thrown into a league, and it doesn't matter who you've got. Who you can come up against whoever. But usually, when you join a league, you end up with 30 other teams. Yeah.
30. Okay.
30 other teams. Sorry, Colin. Can I leave you a second?
Yeah, of
Carry on
course.
talking about what we're doing because I've just got to take a call.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So Jose is off taking a call, but yeah, I'm excited for this. I've never done fantasy football before. In the U.S., that means kind of a different thing. I've never done fantasy soccer. I'll call it soccer today. Never done fantasy soccer before, but I'm excited. My team name is slightly inappropriate, so I won't say it here, but you can look at it. And when you do look at it, just think nobody beats, and then my team name. Yeah, it's great. Let's have a look at my team. I'm embarrassed to say that there's Arsenal players in it. I absolutely will share it, though. 1 second here. All right. Sharing my screen now. Okay. So here is my team, off to grandma. So chosen Neto as my goalkeeper. My second goalkeeper is Vicario, of course. Luke Shaw, Kyle Walker, Guehi, Saliba, don't crucify me. Then I've got Son, Odegaard, don't crucify me. Gray, Neto. That Neto one might need to change. And then I got Isak and Tony up top. And then on my subs bench, obviously Vicario, Gabriel, Eze, and Ollie Watkins. I feel like this is going to be a pretty good team. Yeah, I'm excited. Anybody have anything to say about my team? What do you guys think? And get through some of these comments too. James says he always forgets about fantasy football after a few games. I have a feeling I'm going to be the exact same way, James. So don't worry about that. It will not just be you. We got Carl Simpson, though, saying that his name is the Quad is on FC. Man, we can only wish, right? A trophy, any trophy would be good for me this year, even if it's the fantasy football trophy. I'll take that. Paul G, what's up? He says reality is the Arsenal players are in most people's sad times. Yeah, they just have some good players, unfortunately. Hey, look, Jose's back. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, Carl says clever tactics is pick a midfielder on the game who plays up front in real life. For example, Nkunku is a midfielder on FPL, but a striker in real life. Right. So so Sonny last year and Sonny this year is a midfielder when he's actually a striker. Cole Palmer last year was midfield when he was actually striking. I mean, people that have played this before understand and get the little twerks. But the most important thing to do is get your squad in, so you're playing, and then what you can end up doing is you end up messing around with it until you get the team that you want. What I will say for someone like Eze, if you've picked 3 Tottenham players already and Eze's coming to Tottenham, then his kit will change to a Tottenham kit.
Then I'll have to move them around.
But I don't know whether you have to move them or not.
Interesting.
So that remains to be seen. So, yeah, it's well worth entering. Who did you pick as your initial? You've picked the team really quickly.
Yeah,
Vicario. Who's your 2 goal? It's easier to go into your. It's easier to go into your squad. So you go up. Right. Carry on going up, and then across the top there, transfers. And then go down, and then your league. That's it. You got 2 goalkeepers. Who are the 2 goalkeepers?
So I got Neto and Vicario.
Okay, and then your 5 defenders.
Gabriel, Saliba, Guehi, Walker, and Shaw.
Okay, so you spent quite a bit of money in defense. Midfielders.
It did. Odegaard, Eze, Gray, Son, and Neto.
Okay, and then your strikers, is that Watkins, Tony, and Isak?
It is.
So no room for the man Haaland.
No, but that's okay. I think I'll be all right.
Haaland is the dearest player ever in fantasy because he went up and he's now 15 million, I believe. And that's a lot.
No, thank you. Yeah, I don't want to spend that on one player. But I think this will be a good team. I think I put a solid team together. And obviously you said things can change. We're allowed to change them. So, yeah. That'll be good. I like to look at that for right now, at least. But yeah.
And yeah, go on, sorry. So for people, as I said, I'll keep repeating this, and people might hate me for repeating it, but it's in the community section. So there's two. The two that have been posted on the community section is one is the fantasy, but like I keep saying, the fantasy's difficult because the fantasy that they do there, if you get the correct score, whoopie do. You score 5 points for a correct score, and I don't know what you're for and against, but your goal difference would be possible +5 or whatever. You get it wrong though. If you get it wrong, then your goals are out. You start losing minus points in that. So it's a difficult game to play, but it's well worth it. It saves a lot of hassle, and that can be done. And you can view that one at your own leisure all the time and see it. But that one's well worth entering. And at the moment, we've got 8 people entered still on that one. Yeah, it still says 8 people. I've missed the chat. What did it say? So Graham, good afternoon, mate. I hope you're well. Nice to see that you and your missus is Kate GCTV. So we've got
Nice.
Kate and Graham both at GCTV.
That's awesome.
Afternoon, Jose and Carl. Hope you're both well. I will try and get signed up for these, but my history on fantasy footy is crap as I keep forgetting to update the team prior to each match. This is what I'm saying. These two are self-serving. You unless you set a reminder. I mean, I would always do it, but unless you set yourself a reminder, it can become forgetful. And then when you do become forgetful, then yeah, that tends to happen. Right. Let me have a look at this a second.
Something's cooking. Jose's cooking. We'll have to ask Jose what's for dinner in a second and hope he brought enough to share with the class. I'm excited. I wonder if we can get Jose to pull up his team. I bet he won't. I bet he's keeping it close to the.
My wife's coming back from work, and I'm preparing her food.
You're a nice man, sir.
James Love Spurs says, "Oh dear, Neto won't be getting any points. Sorry, Ryan." And Ryan
depends on fitness.
I do the same. I'm going to try and remember to keep doing my reel this year. All you got to do is set yourself a reminder. Everyone's got mobile phones. Set yourself a reminder on your mobile phone that will come up to say, you figure out what date the first game is going to be, and just remind yourself that you've got to do fantasy, and then you'll never forget. But like I said, whatever the cutoff time is, always give yourself 5 hours before the game starts on the cut. So if it's the cutoff time, give yourself 3 hours extra, because sometimes you'll go in there and think, shit, I've got to do it, but it says updating the systems and it won't allow you in. Who else we got here? Scott says, change my team name to much more accurate name for me. I haven't had a look. So if you put in any of our players in, James, I advise Cunha is what Ryan G says. Sahil, hello Sahil. How are you, mate?
I like the comment too.
Spurs will win the Premier League.
I'll take it, Sahil.
You have Mark Cook says, big up Jose and Colin.
Big up Mark.
It's Kim, mate. Did I call her Kate?
You did.
I'm really sorry. Sorry, that was a slip of the tongue. Kim at GCTV. So it's good to know that you've got a Kim and a Graham, both at Spurs GCTV. Or she was Kate at Kim at GCTV. I'll get that right. Bloody hell. Paul G says, I'll be signing up tonight after work, guys. Fantastic.
Big up, Paul.
You got Ryan G says, my reel this year, I need to reread what I write sometimes. I meant read. Yeah. Brian McGrath says, Eze for Man City. We'll talk some transfers in a second when I can get all this stuff out of the way. So, right, bearing in mind that so it's the community page, right, for both of the competitions, community page, right, and that's for the oh my god, I'm gonna get this right, and that's for the fantasy football from Baclays, and also for the predictions league. However, fear not, because with the which position should Spurs start? With the predictions, Sorry, what are you saying here? Afternoon Jets, bored at home, and then you guys pop on. Let's go. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah. Big up,
Um,
Jamie. Hey, and we need to get you on sometime, man. You used to do so many streams, and now you don't. And we'd love to have you sometime, buddy.
Which position should Spurs sign? So he's asking the question. We'll come back to that. And Brian Maguire says, how did the charity stream go? Like I said, at the start of the show, I did say for people that there were two important charity streams over the weekend. Sava did one on Saturday for Andy Mann's club.
Big up, Sava.
And then Kate did one Sunday for Legend on the Bench. So they're both to do with mental health, which
Legend
is
on the Bench is Mickey Hazard's thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But then what I did is I ended up I went on her show yesterday. I commented on Savas. I didn't go on Savas on Saturday, but I commented on Kate's yesterday. And today, there's a couple of people in the community that I know that are struggling with their mental health and struggling in general. And in between some meetings today, I rang them up and spoke to them for one person I spoke to for just over an hour, and another person I spoke to 40 minutes before their battery had died on their phone. But reached out to these people because at the end of the day, it's either they want someone to talk to, someone to hear them, and just
not to be so lonely,
Yeah, and just to be there for them. So I reached out. So yeah, mental health is important, and I reached out to a couple of people today.
And let that be, everybody reach out to your buddies, even if you don't think they're having a hard time. You never know. A lot of people, myself included, are good at hiding it. So yeah, just make sure to check on your friends.
Yeah.
Easy thing to do. Just give them a hey, what's up? Hope you're good. If you need to talk, let me know. Something that simple could really go a long way.
And then what we've got is so that's answering the questions from there. And I will say that the two people that I've reached out to are from our community, and they're well known. You all know the people that I reached out to, but I'm not going to mention their names. But you all know who the people. You know them. They're in and amongst you all the time and everywhere. So, but I reached out to them and I've had a chat. But anyway, going back to the show. So yeah, community page for the football predictions 24-25, free of charge to enter. The link's there, and so is the code to enter. And Barclays Fantasy Football is on the community page as well. Again, it's easy to enter and stuff. And the code is there. But what I'm going to do, and I'm not dropping this, right, is I'm doing the third competition. And the third competition is the traditional football predictions, the one that we do on a Friday where I ask you all give the scores, and then Jose goes away and has to update spreadsheets, and he looks like he's an accountant from 1983. So I will be doing that as well. So on LTEL, I'll be running 3 competitions this year. So 2 that will be done online and 1 that I will continue to do on a Friday. So yeah, just keep channeling in, and I'll have 3 there. So 3 different games going on at the same time. And then you've got Mark Cook says, struggling a bit with my health a bit at the moment, but cheers. Mark, I hope your health improves significantly. Colin will attest to this. I say to Colin all the time,
health is the most important thing.
Health is the most important thing. Forget about your family, your friends, your daughters, your mothers, your fathers, your uncles, your aunts, whoever it may be. If you're not 120,
you can't give them 120.
You can't give them 120. So you've got to be functioning first. So health is a one-time gig, and it's important that you look after yourself. And I wish you all the very best with your health, and I hope it rectifies itself and you have a speedy recovery as soon as possible, my friend. Carl says he's going to get 3 games to play this season on this channel. Yeah, but Carl, you probably play because I know that you're on other places as well, so you probably get to play some of the others as well. But the thing with fantasy football, the fantasy football one, for those that have played or not played, it just means that once you pick a team once, right, you can enter more than one league. So if other channels are running leagues, you can enter their codes and join their leagues without having to update your team, because your one team covers as many leagues as you enter. That
Dang
makes
it.
sense.
Guys, I went over budget. I changed a player out. I'm gonna need your help on a defender that's cheap.
Right.
Somebody help me out. A good cheap defender.
Big up Jose for taking time to reach out. Our community may differ on our opinions of Spurs, but outside of that, we're all human, so we need to stick together and help each other out. Exactly that. That is absolutely correct, Graham. At the end of the day, no one's better than anybody else. We're all here. We're all here, and the common reason that brings us here is obviously Tottenham Hotspur. It's a common reason that brings us here. And apart from Tottenham Hotspur, I'm going to say, because you have people as well that support other teams, they're very respectful that come to the chats as well. So therefore, yeah, I'm going to say Tottenham Hotspur, but then number 2 is football. Football brings us together, and then apart from that, it's also as well the building the camaraderie that you guys have amongst yourselves. And some of you may not have met each other, but you feel like you know each other because you get to find out a bit about people, and you're always conversing with each other. I had someone today that I reached out to that said to me, their words to me were, "You need to bring back." What was the show I used to do on a Thursday evening, Carl?
Oh, that was it the guest corner? No, it was the mop up show.
Mop up. That's it. Right. So one of the people reached out today says, "You need to bring back your mop up show." Because your mop-up show, and this is what the words were, your mop-up show, you get to find out, it's great fun, and you get to find out a lot about other people within the community, because you're just asking a simple question and then you're getting people's answers, or the chat is asking you a question and then you give out the answers and ask the rest of the chat to do it as well, and you find out a lot about people. And this is what one of the people that suffers from mental health said to me today. They would like the mop-up show to be started up. And I said to him, yeah, I probably will start the mop-up show again, but it will be once the season starts, because I want to take some time out. I've got a couple of weeks coming out that I'm going to take some time out for myself and my family. So, yeah, and then I'm going to come back all guns blazing, ready to fire bullets and do lots and lots and lots and lots of different things. I still give content out, but be more and more. Probably, yeah, when I come back from my leave, and I've got a couple of weeks off, so I'll still be coming.
And while you're gone, not doing as much, maybe I'll pick up the slack on Talking Ball, and we'll keep the content coming.
There you go. Colin wants to do some work.
Sometimes, rarely, but yeah, feeling it today.
Is this you that says anime down the bottom here?
Where at?
There. Is that you?
Oh yeah, that is me. Oops, I didn't realize which account I was on. Sorry about that.
Well, that account hasn't subbed to me yet.
I'm pretty sure it has.
No, it hasn't.
Well, it's about to.
Mark's thanking us both. No, there's no need to thank us at all, Mark. We should all be here for each other. As I said, the one thing you build is you build a community.
I'm subscribed, Jose. I told you. It already was.
All right. So you build a community, and we should all be there for each other. So, at the end of the day, there's no need to thank me or Colin at all. We just hope that you do get better. We hope that everyone is better. And again, if you're not, then reach out. I mean, the difficulty that I've got here is I've got a WhatsApp group for Eltel Cockerel. Some of you here are in the WhatsApp group. Some of you are not, because I haven't got your phone numbers. And it's how do I get your phone numbers? And the easiest way for me to get your phone numbers and add you to the group is if you reach out to me on Shitter, Eltel Cockerel, and just send me a message, a private message on there. If you send me a private message on there, then I can add you. I don't mind adding you guys to the Eltel WhatsApp group, because at the end of the day, what we're trying to build here is a community of people, and that people know each other, and and people can help each other out in any form, shape, guise, and whatever it may be. So at the end of the day, if people are able and you want to join the WhatsApp group and you want to be part of the community backstage kind of thing as well, all you need to do is go to Shitter, send me a private message, give me your phone number, and I'll get you added. Yeah, so there's no problem with that at all, right? What does Carl say? I do, Jose, but honestly, I'm not blowing smoke up yours. was the best. Ah, how sweet is that?
Yeah, what a nice guy.
Right. Okay, so Daniel, you're not on Twitter, right? Okay, Dan, so you're not on Twitter, but what you can do is you can reach out to me on Facebook. You all know my name and my surname. Just reach out to me on Facebook then, because I'm on Facebook as well. But I don't use it to do and promote the show or anything like that. My Facebook is just my Facebook. But if you can't get me on Shitter, then by all means come to me on Facebook and message me on there and that, and I can give me your phone numbers and I'll add you to the group. So it's not a problem at all. Who else you got here? Mop Up. James is reminding me the show was called Mop Up. Enjoy my summer, says Ryan. What does Dan say? Dan says, Jose, you will come back from that couple of weeks break and Spurs still won't have any new signings. Spurs will have new signings before I go on my break. I'm not, to be honest, with my break, I'm only taking a couple of weeks off work. So the first week, which is next week, it's my birthday. So I'm going to do a birthday stream next Tuesday. And that week, because my wife works for the NHS, so basically in the NHS they have to book their year's annual leave in January because it runs from January to December. So they have to book a whole year. You're allowed to save a couple of days or 3 or 4 days. 4 days I think they're allowed to save. The rest of their leave they've got to book out for the whole year. So I tend to take time. I don't really have time off. Well, I just say to my wife, when are you off? Because she says to me that if we're not both off together and I'm working from home, then I'm always, as a manager, I'm always on calls and stuff like that. And she said, all we can do is hear you talking work all the time. So I'd rather you take the same time off as me. So we're taking, so we're off next week. It's my birthday on Tuesday. We're off, obviously, the whole of next week. Got a couple of things planned, but nothing too over the top. It's spending time with the kids and stuff like that. And then the following week, I'm going to go and spend time with my grandchildren. We're going to go and look after my grandchildren for 4 days. So I'm going to go do that. So I'm going to be knackered. But if the weather's good, the 4 days will be spent. Every single day will be spent at Chessington World of Adventures because my son works there and he gets Merlin passes, which means that we can go for free. So we just take the kids there, go on the rides with the kids, go on the adult rides as well with my daughters because they're nearly 18. So I go on with them as well. We go and eat there as well, and then we go to see all the animals. So it should be a relaxing 2 weeks. Says me now, but yeah, you know what girls are like. Girls drive women mad. So enjoy your break. You deserved it. Thank you very much. Carl says, yes, guys, you all need to get on the WhatsApp group. It's nice to chat outside of the shows. Yeah, Carl's part of LTEL Cockerell's WhatsApp group and others as well, but he's on my one at LTEL. And yeah, it's a good way to talk to people outside of shows. You then get to know who people are. You can have private conversations if you need to reach out to people and that. It's really good. It's really good. Dan says, I'm not on Twitter. The only thing I'm going on Facebook, I refuse to set up a Twitter account. Like I said, Dan, and I think Ryan says he's got Facebook as well. You can both reach out to me on there. It's not a problem at all. Look at this. Kim Spurs GCTV has become a YouTube member. Thank you very much.
I don't mind saying big up. Sorry, I'm cutting you
off. Thank you very much, Kim. Not sure how much you get to see the shows, but thank you very much. I'm sure it's Graham asking you to do so. Cockney is here. Says, sorry, Jose, I'm late, bro. Making pies. Oh, I hope you enjoy the pies that you're making. Mate. Ryan says, I'd stick my number here. I'm not fussed. Mark says, me too, Ryan. I'm not on socials, just YouTube. Don't do that, Ryan. You get some prank calls.
I'm back.
Ryan G says, yes, same CBA with social media. Really, it bores me, bar the YouTube. Just block the number if they do it constantly. James, hey, look who it is. It's Leo.
Leo's climbing up in the subs. Everybody sub to Leo if you haven't. Leo has some great content, MLS content. His follows his Colorado Rapids. They're doing some big things. They won they got themselves a trophy. Was it last night? 2 nights ago? I'm losing my days, Leo, but Leo was there and he put out an excellent vlog. Everybody, make sure you check that out. Mile High Hotspur.
So you've got what I was going to say is to some of these people are just joining us. So I'm going to have to go back and repeat some of the stuff I've said already. But Leo, yesterday, I was asked to guest on Spurs Diehards yesterday, and I did that show. And when I came off the show, it appears that Leo won something in an auction. I didn't know what it was, but I saw that it said Mile High Hotspur had won it, but I don't know what it was. But whatever it was, Leo, well done, mate. Well done. What's your name on Facebook then, mate? Is it your YouTube name, El Tel Cocker? No, it's my name. My real name is Jose Garcia. You'll find me as Jose Garcia. I'm not. I don't. As I said, I don't do anything really to do with the channel YouTube on my Facebook, because my Facebook is just my personal. So it's just my name, Jose Garcia. But as for shitter, I don't comment on shitter and stuff like that. I just use shitter to get the show out from time to time. So yeah, so it's worth doing. Right, so yeah, I won a signed Ledley King frame.
That's badass.
Yeah,
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's what he won. Darren Fearon says, breaking news, Eze is close to joining Man City. Well, if he is, he is. I'm not gonna. It's the same when we had what's his name, the defender, Radu Dragusin was going to join. He was going to join Bayern Munich, weren't he? And I said at the time, you know, if he joins Bayern Munich, then he joins Bayern Munich. Simple as. He did, and he joined Tottenham. So, yeah. Right. Mark Cook's. Oh, look at this. Mark Cook's birthday is on the 31st, next Wednesday. So Mark Cook's birthday is the day after mine.
My wife's is the 27th. My mom's is the 29th. Yours is the 30th, and now Mark Cook's is the 31st.
Yeah, I knew your mum's was on Monday. I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know his best on Friday.
Yeah, it is. We are
Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do then? Because Saturday, you're not going to be doing nothing at 5 in the morning, are you?
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
What are you doing for best birthday? You just about to say.
Yeah, so we that night we are going to this really, really cool, kind of spooky looking old like hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. And we got a suite and it just looks really spooky. It's definitely haunted in there. If you guys saw the pictures, but it looks really cool. Everything's like really old, and yeah, it's in kind of a nice part of Nashville. And then, yeah, you know, just Nashville stuff. If I could talk her into going to a game, I think there's a home match. I don't know if I could talk her into it on her birthday, but yeah, you know, just Nashville stuff. No super tight plans, but sometimes I find that those are the best nights. Probably go to dinner somewhere nice. Yeah, you know, just 32, baby, the big 3-2. So
fantastic.
Gotta celebrate. Luckily, I live like 2 hours from Nashville, so it's not a bad drive. No 9-hour drives.
Jamie saying, what's the link for the fantasy? I'm going to come back to that to remind everyone again. Sorry to bore people, but that's what the show was about. It was about trying to tell people what we're doing for next season. James says Big Vic is the new number one, so that means the number shirts have changed, and Vic is now number one. So that means he's now taken Lloris's number. And Scott M's brilliant. Look, Scott M is Jose asking us to slide into his DMs. No,
yeah,
I'm not. What I'm saying is, if people want to reach out and they want to be part of the community on the WhatsApp group, I'm more than happy to have people there. Obviously, everyone respects each other, and you remain respectful. You remain respectful in the WhatsApp group. But in order to do that, I'm going to need people's phone numbers to add you. And the only way that people can get hold of me is either on Shitter under Hotel Cockerel, or if you find me on Facebook, then by all means send me a message on Facebook.
Hey, can I really, really quickly before you do that, say something real quick that's not related, but I just need to ask everyone a favor.
Yeah.
If everybody could, I can't put the link in right now. Well, I can, but if it's probably easier if everyone could do me a favor personally as a friend and click that link right there, the name right there, and subscribe to that account. Even if even if that's not your bag, anime isn't your bag, just mute it. You can just mute the channel, so you don't even have to see the videos pop up. But it would just help me. So that's it. That's just my quick little thing. That's just this little side project I'm doing for all the nerds out there like myself. So, and done. Okay.
Right. So just going back. So what I've said, I'm doing 3 competitions this year from this channel. Number 2 or number 1, whichever one you call it, it's up to you, however you look at it, is a fantasy football league. The fantasy football league is free of charge. It's the Barclays Fantasy Football League. The link and the code to enter are on the community page, on my community page at Hotel Cockerel. It's the latest posting that I've got on the community page, and it's there. It's as it says on the screen. You pick 15 players, a squad of players. You get an X amount of money to spend. You pick a squad of players, so 15 players. So you always start with 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, 3 attackers, and then you can switch up your team, and you start with a goalkeeper. You can play 3, 4, or 5 defenders. You've got to play a minimum of 3, but you can pick 4 or 5 midfielders. You've got to pick a minimum of 3, but you can play up to 5. And strikers, you've got to play with a minimum of 1 striker, but you can pick up to 3. So it's up to you how you do it and how you manage a team. This is all self-serving again. So where I mean self-serving, it's down to you. I won't be chasing you. It's down to you to do it. So if you need to set yourself reminders, you do so. The game week starts the first match of the game week. So it tells you the deadline. It will always tell you the deadline for you to do your transfers and change your team and pick your lineups. It'll always tell you what the deadline is before the beginning of the game week. But my tip is, whatever the time says, always try and do it 3 hours before that, because sometimes what they end up doing is they end up taking it down to update the servers, and whilst they do that, then you cannot pick a team, right? So it's well worth doing. So the link's there for Fantasy Premier League and the code to join the league. And at the moment, let me see, we've got leagues and cups. It's called pending moderation at the moment, but I think from when the first game kicks off, it'll be called Hotel Cockerel. And we have some more people in here now. So you have Ronnie Smith's just joined as well. So you've got myself, you've got Woody Clarets for Ian Greenwood. As Ian Greenwood's joined as well. You've got Woody Clarets for Ian Greenwood. Ronnie Smith is called Ronsky. Colin Sievers has called his team Off to Grandma. James Corley has called his team James Loves Spurs. Carl Simpson's called it The Quad is on FC. Scott M is Happy Clapper FC. Nathan Pye is With a Packet of Sweets. And Scott Colliver's called Hope and Dreams. So at the moment, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams already entered. I'm hoping that we get a lot more before the start of the season. But this is the one that I wanted to plug so people were aware. And if not, I come out of that and I go to StreamYard Studio, stop screen, present again. I'm doing well at this today, ain't I? God. And then present again. Also, what we're doing is I am running a predictions league online. So there's a third-party provider providing this. And I'm trying to find where I've got it. So it's here. And we currently have the same amount of people. So with the predictions league online, the second community page. So on the top one I did 15 hours ago. That's the Fantasy Premier. The one below it, so the second one down is the one for the online predictions league. It's got the link there for the predictions league, and it's also got the code to enter the league as well. And it'll be the Hotel Cockerel League. And in that, you pick your predictions. It's self-serving again, so it's down to yourself to remember to do it. I won't be chasing you. It's for you to do. So if you do it, you do. And if you didn't, you didn't. If you pick a score and the match hasn't started yet, you can rearrange your score. So let's say you went for, I don't know, let's say you went for Man City 3, Liverpool 0. Right, let's say that was your right, and 2 hours before kickoff or whatever, you learned that Man City were going to be without Ruben Diaz, Josep Guardiola. They were going to be without Alvarez, Haaland, De Bruyne, and Rodri. Let's say that happened, right? And Liverpool at full strength. You might think to yourself, shit, well, Man City ain't going to win 3-0 now. In fact, Liverpool might win 1-0. So you can change your 3-0 to 1-0 or to 0-1, but you can only do that if the game hasn't started. So you can put your predictions in as early as a week beforehand, right? But you can change them predictions as you go along because there might be injuries you hear about during the week or whatever, or you might change it for one reason or another. But it's self-serving and it's for you to keep on top of it and for you to enter your own results, right? So that's competition number 2. And then competition number 3 is I'm not forgetting what the bread and butter is. And the bread and butter is always been doing the predictions league on a Friday that I do, and I will continue to do that. So Jose with the pen and paper and Jose with the Excel spreadsheets, that I will still continue to do that. So that is the 3 leagues that we're going to be doing next year. Ronnie says Richie's going on the tour. Does that mean they've announced their squad?
It must mean.
It must mean they've announced their squad. 87 posts. Let me just go back to that. I'll go back to that in a minute. Who else we got? Daniel Coyes is saying to Scott, stop being a happy clapper. James says, where are you and Daniel? Ronnie says, Brian Hill and Sergio Reguilon are not on the tour. Okay. So I'll have to have a look. I haven't got that. Scott says, surprised to see Emerson is going on the tour. That doesn't give me hope that he will be gone. Both the player and the team seem to agree it is time to move on. It should have been done by now. Scott, little rumours today have said that AC Milan have opened negotiations again with Tottenham because they feel that they were priced out of the market going for Matty Cash from Aston Villa. How true that is, mate, I don't know. Please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying what's being said today at the moment. Trying to see if I can find the information about the touring squad because it must have come out of shit. That's the only place these things come out. Let me have a look at what we got here. That's about the left back that we've been linked with. So we've now been linked with a left back today. It says Tottenham Hotspur have now made an approach to sign left back Patrick Dorgu. Lecce are understood to be demanding a minimum of 30 million fee to sell the defender during this transfer window. And then it goes on to say the teenager was a standout performer in Lecce last season, making 33 Serie A appearances and scoring 2 goals. Who else we got? We got anyone else here? I don't know. I'm trying to find where you've got your information. Oh,
I didn't see it.
Adrian has said he's posted it into the Tottenham Till I Die WhatsApp group. So I'm trying to find. I don't know where you got it from, Adrian, but trying to see if it's on share. So there's a lot on there about Vicario with the new number 1 shirt. Orange shirt, looks quite smart. 24 minutes ago, Team Talk have announced that outstanding Euros winner says yes to Tottenham and the deal is agreed. And they're talking about Chiesa.
Oh, snap. Cool. Let's get that over the line. Get that done.
Team Talk are commenting on that at the moment. Right, so Richarlison and Emerson are on a plane. Right, I can see that. They're on a plane sitting together. Bergvall is sitting next to Kulusevski on the plane. Right, let me share this because then people can see what I'm looking at. Let me see if I can share this.
Share it. Get it shared.
Share the screen. Share the screen. So if I go back, there you go. So you've got Richarlison there with Emerson on the plane. Does that come out there? Yeah, there it is. You've then got further down on this one, you have Kulusevski on a plane with Bergvall. Emil Højbjerg is obviously leaving. These are the boys departing, getting on the plane. Look, let me have a look. I can vote on that one up.
See you in Japan.
You good?
Hmm.
Tour?
Yeah.
Mikey Moore, Archie Gray,
So good to see you.
Vicario,
again.
Hello.
Off we go.
Ben Davis, Skippy,
Getting windswept.
Bergvall,
Let's go.
Hey, Jackie.
Kulusevski,
Hey.
Solomon,
Hello.
Emerson with 50 bags,
Hey.
Dane Scarlett,
Good, thank
How you doing?
you. Hello.
Lancashire. Who was the one before Lancashire?
You alright?
You good?
Madison,
Are you good?
Brennan Johnson,
You good?
Pedro,
You good?
Hi.
Can I just...
Hi, how are you? Good. Good, Dad? Good. Yeah.
You good?
Good.
Okay.
the doggies
You
there.
good? Yeah, good,
Oh.
thanks.
Right.
Good?
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Sooner. And there you go.
That was cool though. Some people I didn't expect to see.
Oh, here we go. So this is the travelling squad. Look. So George Abbott, Brandon Austin, Lucas Bergvall, Yves Basuma, Ben Davis, Alfie Devine, Jamie Donnelly, Radu Dragusin.
Huh.
But that'd be career only. Yeah. So he's not playing against Vissel Kobe, but next week on Wednesday we play in career against the K League.
Yeah.
So Radu Dragusin has obviously been given more time off, and won't be playing to earliest till next Wednesday. Yeah.
That's not so bad.
So hopefully Phillips will still be the boy that's starting on Saturday against Vissel Kobe. Archie Gray, Luca Gunner, Tyrese Hall, Brennan Johnson, Dejan Kulusevski, Will Lancashire. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right. And then the page, is there more? No, page 2 says James Madison, Mikey Moore, Ashley Phillips, Pedro Porro, Richarlison, Emerson Royale, Pat Matassar, Dane Scarlett, Oliver Skip, Manor Solomon, Hyung Min Son, Jed Spence, Destiny Odogi. It was good to see Odogi there.
Mm-hmm.
Guillermo Vicario, Alejo Veliz, Timo Werner, and Alfie Whiteman. So that was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's 29 players they got going, which will
Wow.
make it interesting. Because from 29 players, so from the 29 players that they've got going, we played 27 in both the games that we played, right?
Mhm.
So it's 27 players, 27 squad players in both of our preseason friendlies. Niall John and Iago Santiago weren't in the 27 for the QPR game. There was a different 27 there because them two they played in the under 21s on the same day that we played QPR. But we had Abbott and Max Robson come in for the second set of friendlies. And what's interesting is that looking now on that list, Iago Santiago and Niall John haven't been selected for the tour either. I've got a feeling that unless it's their last year in under 21s football, because they're both 21 already, unless it's their last year in under 21s football, I don't think there's much of a future for them both at this club because they're not getting the minutes or the look in pre-season. Daniel Coy says, I don't believe Team Talk. They come out with some right. Yep. I thought Richie weren't going to be part of the tour. Alfie Whiteman says that was Whiteman. And David Clark says, good afternoon, DC.
Hey, DC. What's up, buddy?
Says, with all these rumours about Richardson being sold to a club in the Arab Emirates, then why has he gone on the tour to Japan? Right. So the only thing I can say to that, and what I will remind everyone before I answer this, is I'll remind everyone, please go to the community page. There are 2 competitions there that you can all enter. And if people are watching this on playback, then please be reminded that you can also go and do this. Right. David, last year, when we went on tour last year, we took players on the tour last year that were subsequently sold. So there is no reason why these players can't still go on the tour. If deals happen for them, they will then just fly back. It's normal. At the moment, they are employed by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. So therefore, if Tottenham Hotspur Football Club say that they've got to go on tour with them, they got to go on tour. However, if clubs come in the meantime, then they'll just fly them back. So, you know, I wouldn't read too much into it when you've got players like Emerson, Richarlison, Ben Davis, and people like, because you've got people like going. You're going to have some of the youngsters. Some of the youngsters might be pulled because they've agreed loans, or the loans are then agreed for them. So, you know, at the end of the day, I wouldn't read too much into it of taking them players. What I would read into, though, is the fact that Reguilon and Gil have not been involved in the first two games, and also have not gone on the tour today. So that is leading for me on them two. And then Ronnie says, from Spurs, Rodrigo Bentancur, Giovanni Lo Celso, Christian Romero, and Mickey van der Ven will rejoin the squad closer to the start of the season after representing the countries. I said, so for me, I said, Ronnie, I believed that they would be back to play in the home friendly against Bayern Munich on the 10th of August, a week before the season starts. I don't know whether they're not going to be going to the tour, so that means they're not going to be playing. In any of the three games. So we play on the 30th. We play on the 27th against Vissel Kobe. Next Wednesday, the 31st, we play against the K1 team, and then the following Saturday, we're still in Korea. We play against Bayern on the 3rd of August. So we know that these players will not be back till the Bayern Munich game, the home game on the 10th of August. So you're quite right there. And David Clark just says, just to let you two lads know that I saw my orthopedic surgeon today, and I now have to wait between 26 and 29 weeks to have my new knee fitted. How to live in England. Lol. Well, David, one thing I will say is health is most important, right? I've had to mute Colin in a minute because all I can hear is noise from his laptop where he's banging away. So I've just muted him a second. I'll bring him back in. So, David, what I was going to say is that first and foremost, health is the most important thing in the world. If you don't function, nobody else functions around you. You've got to be 120. There's quite a few people within the community at the moment who are suffering from bad health, and I really do hope that, you know, that the 26 to 29 weeks that you've been given goes fast and goes quickly. The fact that you've now been given a time frame, I'm more hopeful for you, because before today's appointment you didn't know when, but now they're sort of like giving you a time frame, and I hope that this comes to bear fruit and that you get your new knee fitted, and then it doesn't limit what you may be doing at the moment, because obviously if you have an illness like that or an injury like that, it's stopping you from doing a lot of things, then you want that rectified as soon as possible. So I really do wish you all the very best, David. David Clark says, and that's having it done in private hospital, paid for by the NHS. If it's direct to the NHS, it's a 12-month wait. Mark says, not on socials, Jose, sent a message to your Twitter account via my missus account. It's safe to leave my number for you for WhatsApp group. Mark, I will add you. There's no problem at all. Like I said, it's all about building a community here over at LTL Cockerel. And yeah, outside of here, we have a WhatsApp group. And in that WhatsApp group, everyone talks to each other and people bounce off each other and talk about Tottenham and stuff like that. And it's great, you know, for people to bounce off and that. I'm all for, and I'm happy doing it. All I say is that people that join the WhatsApp group have got to be respectful of each other. If you don't share the same opinion, you don't share the same opinion, but no one gets personal, no one gets attacked. And, you know, it's a case of remaining adults. I ain't got a problem at all. So, as I said to everyone, if people want to join, then all it is about reaching out to me on Shitter on message, because I don't use Shitter at all. So if you reach out and a message to me there, I can get you added. I'll just need your phone number. And then apart from that, on, as I said, I've got Facebook, but it's not. I don't do anything about Hotel Cockerel on Facebook. But if people have reached out to me on there, then I ain't got an issue at all. And I think that I might have got 2 of you that have reached out to me whilst I've been on the show on Facebook, and I will respond in due course. Yeah, I will respond in due course because I am going to go and play football soon. So I will have to do it after I come back from playing football. But never fear, I will get you added, people.
Boom. Hey, Jose, I was just going to add that. Sorry, I had to turn off my my camera for a second. But I got a message from work asking if I'd like to have an extra hour of work, and I like money,
Cool.
so I have to run.
Right. Can I ask you, have you done that thumbnail for me for Thursday?
This one? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
So it's actually in, if you want to pull it up right now, it's in the images. If you wanted to show people, it's the last image in the brand section, and then I'm going to email it to you specifically as well.
Okay, mate. Thank you very much.
You got it, buddy. It's
Yep. Yeah. Sorry. So you got David. Right. Sorry, Colin. Colin's got to go. Colin, I'm at work tomorrow. You know, I'm away on a Tuesday. So
Yeah.
are you doing anything tomorrow, Carl? On Talking Ball?
Yes, that's the plan. Same time, 4 p.m.
Okay, so people, hopefully you do a thumbnail today,
Yeah.
so people know for tomorrow. And so Colin will be back tomorrow on Talking Ball at 4 o'clock British summertime. Cool.
Can't wait to see everybody. Yep.
Enjoy your work. Go and earn yourself some money, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Sorry, I'll see you later on in the week, but I'll message you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good, buddy.
Right,
bye, everybody.
Evening, lads, from Mr. M. I hope you're well, Mr. M. So yeah, just to remind people, and it does need reminding because I'm just about to wrap up. But I'm going to answer David Clark's before I wrap up. It's just that if people, just to make you aware, Mr. M, I'm running 3 competitions this year from Hotel Cockerel. 2 of them are online, so they're on the community page. I've got Fantasy Premier League, which is the links there, and so is the code to join. And then I'm also running predictions, which has got the link and the code for predictions as well. They are online, so it's run by third parties. I have no interference. I've got nothing to do with it, so I don't have to do chasing people about. But what I'm still going to do, I'm still going to have the 3rd competition, which is the competition I did last year, where Jose gets down and has to go pen and paper and do Excel spreadsheets, and I will carry on doing the predictions on a Friday like we used to do last year. So that's 3 different competitions to run for next year. I am going to your question now, David. I did say I was going to answer you. Are these Chiesa rumours true that we are close to signing him? I have heard today, or I've seen today, probably what you've seen today, David Clark, that Tottenham, he's agreed to join Tottenham. Listen, Chiesa at 20 million euros is if that's the case, is an absolute steal and an absolute bargain. And someone's got to get in there quick. You just hope it is Tottenham. I spoke to on Spurs Diehards last night. If people watched the program, I turned around and said, right, if you were going to bed tonight and you knew that Tottenham were signing Tony, Eze, and Chiesa, and they were going to be your front 3, how would you feel going to bed tonight? So if you had Eze, Tony, Chiesa as your front 3, how would you feel going to bed tonight? As opposed to not having them at the moment and having the 6 forward players that we've got. How would you feel? And I know exactly how I would feel. So there we go. That's the way I look at it. So if Chiesa comes in, I think it's an absolute steal. But like I said, if I went to bed tonight knowing that we were signing Chiesa, and we were signing Eze, and we were signing Tony, that would revolutionise the forward 3 for Tottenham, and it would be totally different to the current 3 or the current 6 we currently have at the club. So you know, and that's the comment I made on Spurs Die Hard yesterday. I'm not saying, Darren, I'm not saying it's going to happen, because I can see your comments coming in. You've got Matthew says, "Oh hell yeah." Mark Cook says, "I'd be having a baby." I'd feel ecstatic from Ryan. Scott M says, "I'd feel much better, but massively concerned about the midfield." Darren says, "I would we can all dream, but it's not happening. Daniel says, I'd be losing patience. Kuvo, good evening, Kuvo. Nice to see you yesterday. I'm glad that you're back towards your good self, and long may it continue. We've spoken about health here earlier, and it's important. Everyone's health has to be 120. If your health's not 120, then you can't function for others. So I'm really glad to see you yesterday, Kuva, and I hope that you are on your way back, my friend. DC says, hope these stories about Man City coming in for Eze are not true, because Levy will get slaughtered if him being slow costs a signature. Look, I'm going to stop because I've got to go to play football. But what I'm going to turn around and say is, and I said this yesterday, and I said this on Saturday on another show as well. For me, at the end of the day, noises are not coming out of Tottenham. We don't know who Tottenham are going for, because they're keeping it very quiet to them at the moment. We don't know who Tottenham are selling to, because Tottenham are also keeping that quiet. So Archie Gray, you got to hear about Archie Gray, and 24 hours later, he's a Tottenham player. No one knew that we was going for Archie Gray, or that we went for Archie Gray. Højbjerg, if you believed everyone with their spraying the AK-47s, so spraying the bullets and hoping that one hits someone, they're all saying that Højbjerg was going to Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Fulham, Galatasaray. He signs for Marseille. So at the end of the day, you know, we don't know what's going on. We just want players in, and I feel the frustration in the group. I feel the frustration from everybody, in fact, that we haven't made the signings. I've not got to the frustrated stage yet, but then I'm kind of a bit calmer at the moment about this all. But at the end of the day, we will sign who will sign. I'm hoping that we sign players this week, because if we sign players this week, I'd feel much better. So you know, at the end of the day, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But with that, what I'm going to say is I'm going to love you and leave you all, because I have to go and play football. So as a reminder, please remember that the two of the competitions that I'm doing online are currently on the community page. Please join in there. The codes are there and the links are there. Currently still have 8 people in the new predictions league at the moment. I believe we still have 8. And in the fantasy football, do we got 8 or got more? No, we've got 9. So we've had somebody else. So Jamie Imber's joined as well. So it's now Carl Simpson, Colin Sievers, Danny, Jamie Imber, Johnny Sanchez, Joris, myself, Ronnie, and Scott M. And in the fantasy football, at the moment, we've got the same amount of numbers. We have Jose Garcia, Jamie Imber, Ian Greenwood, Ronnie Smith, Colin Sievers, James Corley, Carl Simpson, Scott M, Nathan Pye, and Scott Colliver have all joined the Fantasy Football League. So, with that, I'm going to love you and leave you lot, and I'm going to say to you, let's see what happens. And we try. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for your comments. For those that wanted to join the group, have sent me messages. I will get into the messages tonight when I get back from football. But thank you everyone for joining in, and I'll see you on the next show. Notification bell will tell you when I'm on.